please. Let's enjoy this together. Time. Hello, judges. Welcome. My name is Angie, and it's an honor to represent France at the world stage. Over the past year, I've been traveling around the world, brewing coffee in constantly changing environments, attending festivals and bar takeovers. And in that unpredictability, I kept asking myself, what truly matters in coffee brewing? Well, today I would like to share my answer with you. Judges, I will guide you through what now I call my 3 essentials in coffee brewing that help me adapt to every environment wherever I go in the world. The first essential is the water composition. It's this invisible architecture that represents 99% of what we drink. The second essential is the paper filter technology. It's the medium through which every extracted molecule must pass. The third essential is the coffee density, a parameter that roasters know very well, but one that deserves greater attention in the hands of a brewer. But more on this later. Now, the coffee that I chose to brew today represents everything I love in a coffee. It comes from Monte Tomas. It grows in the beautiful terroir of Los Pozos, Panama, at 2,000 meters above the sea level. It is a green tea geisha processed as a natural, and it brings these beautiful red fruits and yellow fruits that reminded me of my first specialty cup of coffee in France. Judges, today, by applying my 3 essentials, I will make a memorable cup of coffee for you. So, the first essential is the water composition. It will determine the flavor intensity and the structure in the cup. Today I built a water recipe of 20 ppm of calcium to get the texture and the mouthfeel, 20 ppm of magnesium to get the sweetness in the cup, 10 ppm of sodium sulfate to get the complex aromatics of Monte Tomas, and 10 ppm of potassium to get a long-lasting finish. The second essential is the paper filter technology. It will determine flavor clarity and the mouthfeel in the cup. Today I'm working with the high flux purity filters because it's lower density and clean fibers. Thanks to the 0 chemicals used during the manufacturing process, I can enhance greater flavor clarity and the beautiful silky mouthfeel of Monte Tomas geisha. The third essential, this is the coffee density, and one that I use to enhance flavor complexity and balance in the cup. So this geisha grows at a high altitude, which means high density. Highly dense coffees require a different approach to grinding. So when I decided to grind at a lower RPM, it means the birds will cut the beans more slowly, with less heat and less friction, giving me as a result a more even particle distribution that will enhance greater flavor complexity and balance in the cup. Judges, these 3 essentials represent 90% of my brewing decisions because they help me understand and project my final cup. And now the last 10%, the brew method itself. I chose to work with the Dragonfly dry spin brewer because its flat bottom base with the dry spin hollow design disperses the water more evenly, creating a more even extraction. And the valve system gives me full control over flow and immersion, so I can design a 2-pour recipe that is very simple, that allows me to focus on my essentials that matter most to me. So, the recipe for today is 15 grams of coffee, okay, perfect, for 225 ml of water. A ratio of 1:15. So I'm using the blue needle distribution tool to evenly distribute the grounds and ensure balance and uniformity in your cups. The water temperature for today is 90 degrees. Because with this temperature, I can enhance the beautiful silky mouthfeel and balance of my coffee. So I'm gonna start with the valve open, with a first pour of 125 ml to create a percolation phase that will open up the coffee and will bring the beautiful complex aromatics of Monto Tomas. Here. At a minute, I will close the valve and I will add 100 ml to create an immersion phase that will increase the sweetness and the mouthfeel in the cup. This coffee was roasted 2 weeks ago with a stronghold, aiming for a total development ratio close to 8%, so I can preserve the beautiful aromatic compounds and enhance the sweetness in the cup. Judges, now I want to invite you to start writing the profile of my coffee as I continue brewing. In aroma, you will get a medium intensity of stone fruits and blackberry, and a touch of white flowers. Flavor, and medium in intensity. Flavor, you will get a medium intensity of blackberry, peach, and orange when hot. When warm, orange, red berries, and when cold, white grape, lemon zest, and peach. The aftertaste. You will get a medium intensity, also juicy, of an aftertaste that will remind you of lavender when hot, and as it cools down, jasmine tea. The acidity, you will get a medium intensity when hot, it will be malic, and as it cools down, it will get medium plus, malic and citric. The sweetness, you will get a medium plus intensity of a red grape juice when hot, and as it cools down, peach juice. And the mouthfeel, you will get a medium low intensity when hot, silky, and as it cools down, silky and juicy and medium in intensity. Now for the aroma experience, please swirl the vessel 5 times for a better sensory experience. This one is for you. No, just for you. Hi, this one's for you. I'll be right back. May I? Thank you. May I? May I? Now, for the tasting experience, please wait for me to hold time and enjoy this coffee directly from the cup. Judges, I'm Colombian, and I had my first specialty cup of coffee in France 13 years ago. Since then, I haven't stopped moving around the world, sharing exceptional coffees with incredibly passionate people. And today is not the exception. With these 3 essentials, I want to honor the work of the producers, the identity of the coffee, and your experience in the cup. Judges, today is one of the most happiest moments of my life. Thank you so much for sharing it with me. Time.
That was your 4th finalist, Angie Molina. Give her a huge round of applause.